Shillo, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Of course. So my name is Shillo. I'm 28 years old. I live in Canada. I was born and raised in Canada, Quebec, the province of Quebec. And I
Uh-huh.
work as a nurse full time. And my hobby is to travel around the world.
Perfect, perfect. And you were in Turkey before, right?
Yes, I did. Since 2022, I've been traveling to Turkey as much as I can. My first stay was for 2 weeks and a half, almost 3 weeks.
Uh-huh.
I absolutely loved it. Then I came back. I went back in 2024 in January, and I just spent a month and a half. I would say a month in from September to October of
Wow.
2024.
Wow, wonderful. And what motivated you to learn Turkish?
It was mainly to speak, to be able to communicate with the locals. First time I
Uh-huh.
went there, I went with my Instagram glasses. So, when you see all the
Okay.
influencers going there, they're like, yeah, I loved it. People were nice, blah, blah. But they weren't really specific on how they communicate with the locals. When I
Mhm.
went there, loved it. It wasn't as easy to communicate with people in English as it's not really a language that is mainly spoken there. Of course,
Mhm.
Turks, they speak Turkish, and I had the only words in Turkish I knew was merhaba, teşekkürler, and from 0 to 6. That was it. But I knew I wanted to go back and I wanted to be more, not relying too much on Google Translate. That's
No.
what motivated me to learn Turkish.
Now, if it's okay for you, would you like to practice a little bit Turkish with me?
Absolutely.
O zaman nasılsın Şilu?
Çok iyiyim, teşekkür ederim. Sen nasılsın?
Ben de iyiyim. Teşekkür ederim. Sen nerelisin?
Ee, Şimdi Kanada'dayım.
Aha, süper.
Evet.
Kanada'da nerede yaşıyorsun?
Quebec'te.
Quebec'te
Quebec'te,
yaşıyoruz. Hı.
evet, yaşıyorum.
Quebec nasıl bir yer?
Em, Çok iyi ama bugün hava çok soğuk.
Hı hı.
Minus 11 derece.
Hımm,
Maalesef. Evet.
inanmıyorum. Ne?
Evet, evet. Ve kar yaşıyor.
Kar
Evet.
yağıyor, kar
Evet,
yağıyor.
kar yağıyor. Pardon.
Ben de kar görmek istiyorum.
Ama kar çok güzel görmek için
Hı hı.
ama yürümek için
Hı hı.
iyi değil.
Gerçekten.
Ve çok buzdu.
Hı hı.
The ground is very icy.
Ha,
Çok
çok
buz
buzlu,
var.
çok buzlu.
Evet,
Evet,
çok
evet.
buzlu. Evet.
Hı hı.
Ama
Yo,
çok
buz
çok
istemiyorum.
güzeldi. Çok güzel.
Evet, buz istemiyorum. Süper. Peki, şu sen hiç Türkiye'ye geldin mi?
Pardon?
Türkiye'ye geldin mi?
Evet. Sonbaharda Türkiye'ye gittim.
Hı hı.
Bir bir ay için.
Süper, bir ay için. Peki, nereye gittin Türkiye'de? İstanbul mu?
Em, evet. İstanbul'da gittim 2 hafta için.
Hı
Sonra
hı.
Antalya'ya gittim 2 hafta için.
Hı hı.
Ama 2 gün Edirne'ye gittim ve
A!
evet, Edirne gittim. Bir gün için Bursa'da gittim
Hı hı.
ve 2 hafta Antalya'ya gittim.
Süper, süper. Peki, en çok hangi şehri sevdin?
Em, hmm, Edirne çok güzeldi.
Gerçekten mi?
Evet, çok
Neden
sürpriz.
Edirne?
Çok sürpriz oldum çünkü Edirne en popüler şehir bilinmiyor e, Türkiye dışarıda. It's
Hı
not very
hı.
popular outside of Turkey. Ama
Evet, evet. Hı hı, doğru.
ama Edirne 2 gün için gittim. İnsanlar
Hı.
çok çok çok tatlı. Em, Ciğer eti yedim.
Yedin. Hı
Evet,
hı.
yedim. Çok güzeldi. Çok lezzetliydi.
En
Evet.
sevdiğin yemek ciğer mi?
En sevdiğim yok. Ciğer hmm, Adana kebap tercih
Adana
ediyorum.
kebap.
Ama ciğerdi ilk kez yedim.
Hı
It
hı,
was
hı
my
hı.
first time eating it ve
Evet, evet.
sevindim. Sevindim.
Hı hı. Kesinlikle. Peki, en sevdiğin içecek ne?
A! Şamgar suyu.
Evet,
Evet.
bunu bekliyorum.
Şamgar
Şalgam,
suyu, evet.
şalgam.
Şamgar suyu
Hatırlıyorum.
seviyorum ve ayran tabii ki. Emm, yok, It's nar suyu.
Nar suyu.
Evet. Fresh. Tadı.
Taze, taze.
Taze nar suyu. Sevindim.
Aha.
Çok bayıldım. Çok bayıldım.
Allah Allah. Süper,
Evet.
süper.
Çünkü
Evet.
Kanada'da yok. Kanada'da yok. Via like plastic box. And I didn't like that.
Aha. Plastik
Ama
kutu.
evet bu Kanada'da plastik kutu nar suyu var. So it's completely different. Yani çok farklı.
Çok farklı.
Çok
Anladım.
farklı. Evet.
Çok çok enteresan. Süper. Peki o zaman senin Türk arkadaşların var mı?
Evet. Türk arkadaşlarım var ve İstanbul'da yaşıyorlar
Hı
ve
hı.
Bursa'da yaşıyor.
Hı hı. Onlarla Türkçe mi konuşuyorsun?
Evet ama sık sık değil maalesef. Çünkü 8 saat different time var.
Fark var. Hı
Fark
hı.
var. So yani biraz zor
Evet.
Türkçe konuşuyorum. Ama WhatsApp ve Instagram'da yazıyorum.
Hı hı. Çok güzel, çok güzel. Süper. Peki sen hiç Türk müziği, Türk
Aa,
filmleri,
çok,
dizileri.
evet. Çok müzikli dinliyorum.
Hı hı.
Türk Türk dizisi
Dizisi? Hı hı.
dizisi izlemiyorum. Çünkü zamanım yok.
Doğru.
Z- Ama Türk müzikli dinliyorum. Ne zaman e, müsaitim, ne zaman Türk filmler izliyorum.
Hı hı. Hı hı.
Ama sık sık değil. Sık sık yok.
Anladım.
Not often.
Anladım. Hı hı, hı hı. Çok sık değil, we can say.
Evet.
Çok sık değil. Peki kimi dinliyorsun en çok?
Em, Bir dakika. Bir list var.
Benim listemi.
Evet. Bir dakika. iTunes Müzik var.
Hı
List
hı.
var. Bir dakika lütfen. Mark Aryan. O
Hımm.
Fransızca, evet.
Evet.
O Fransızca şarkı ama Türkçe müzik şarkıcı.
Hı
Evet.
hı.
Güzel. Çok
Kesinlikle.
güzel.
Süper.
Ve
O
with that, I can hear the way he pronounces words and I can practice my pronunciation.
Hı hı.
Mark
Doğru.
Aryan ve çok popüler, en popüler Tarkan. Tarkan
Hı
seviyorum.
hı. Hı hı.
E, Bir dakika lütfen. Bu kadar, I think.
Hı hı.
E, Belki Erkal Sonel
Hı hı.
dinliyorum.
Tamam, çok güzel.
Ve- evet. Like random songs. I
Hı hı.
just download them and then listen to them.
Yok, yok, çok çok güzel. Gerçekten çok güzel güzel şarkılar. Süper. Peki sence Türkler nasıl insanlar?
Aa, çok tatlı. Çok misafirperver.
Hı hı.
Çok misafirperver. Sık sık sık sık çok helpful. Yardımlı. Yardımlı.
Yardımsever. Yardımsever.
Yardımsever
Hı hı.
ve tatlısı. Çok tatlı. Çok tatlı.
Çok
I try to
tatlı.
say they're very kind, welcoming, and hospitable. So yeah, kind is tatlı, welcoming. It's um,
I
hoş
can't also
geldin.
find a good translation for welcoming, to be honest. But
Okay.
I would say misafirperver maybe. That
Okay.
was good.
Okay.
Aha, tamam.
Türk insanlar çok misafirperver ve tatlı.
Süper, süper. Peki Kanadalılar nasıl?
Um,
Benziyor
Tatlı.
mu? Türkler ve Kanadalılar benziyor mu?
Yok,
Yoksa çok farklı.
yok. Çünkü bir dakika lütfen. I'm trying to say very curious and extroverts. We said it in classes.
Meraklı?
Meraklı, evet. Çok Türk insanlar daha Kanada'dan insanlar e, meraklı. They're very
Daha
curious.
meraklı.
Efendim, pardon?
Daha meraklı.
Evet, daha meraklı
Hı hı.
ve daha misafirperver.
How about, like, what was the biggest challenge for you when it comes to Turkish?
My biggest challenge was not translating from words to words, from English or French to Turkish. Because let's
Mhm.
say if I want to say the sky is blue,
Mhm.
I cannot say, there's not a way to say like not being able to put the word is to translate it in Turkish and then make a sentence.
Mhm.
Because like I speak French and English, both languages are a little similar, but Turkish is not. We don't put the words in the same place as in French and Turkish, French
Mhm.
and English. Sorry, so I was very confused at first. I just needed to understand that I need to very much start from zero, from scratch, and then like start learning how to make sentences in Turkish. That was my biggest
Mhm.
challenge.
Also, you mentioned that you speak French, which reminded me, actually, speaking French helped you a lot when you were learning Turkish, I think.
Yes, and for the vocabulary. But for
For the
grammar
vocabulary.
stuff,
Yeah, for
I
the
have to
grammar,
yeah,
obviously.
grammar it was like two different things, but vocabulary, it actually made me more comfortable learning it. At first I
Definitely.
was like, there was nothing that sounds like French and Turkish. I was like, oh my gosh, that's gonna be the like I'm not ever gonna learn the language. But when I learned that there was a lot of French words in the Turkish vocabulary, it was mainly spelling that was different. It
Mhm.
helped me make me feel more comfortable speaking it and learning it.
And I remember also most of the time, like, when you don't know the meaning in Turkish, you were always, like, trying the French version of it, and
It's
it
true.
was 90% working,
Very
like
true. Yeah.
yeah,
Very.
so I think it was very helpful. And also, like, in your last visit, did you see a difference? Like, did knowing
And
Turkish change your experience?
absolutely. It was much easier for me to travel across the country. I did a few cities and I was able to discuss with the waiters. I was able to ask for more details if I was like shopping, going to museums, if I just wanted to have some advices on where to go. I could
Mhm.
communicate more freely with my Airbnb hosts or at the reception of my hotels. I was even able to assist to a football match in Italia.
Wow!
That was so cool. Honestly, I was amazed on
That's
how
amazing.
it was very cool. Honestly, from if I compare to the trip I did in 2022 to 2024, it's like two different worlds. I got to experience more. I mean, it was a different world. I get to experience the full Turkish experience by speaking the language with the locals. I loved it.
That's
It was
wonderful.
very cool. Yeah.
And how about, like, before Turkish, like, have you tried any other methods, any other websites, or did you begin with Turkishle?
I tried the popular Duolingo.
Of
I knew
course.
it helped me like understanding few words, like how to say like the fruits, some vegetables, the name of I don't know places. That was fine. Then I opted into a program. It was an online. It was a one-to-one tutor classes. I think it was like 10 sessions. It was one-to-one for 50 minutes. I liked it, but I knew I still wanted to like push a little harder in my Turkish knowledge because I had like one textbooks I could read through it. My teacher would answer my questions, but I felt that I was missing something. And when I was going on like social medias, I found Turkishly on YouTube first because I
Mhm.
was looking into like how to do dialogues in Turkish. So I found the first videos in Turkishle, and I followed you on Instagram. And when I learned that you guys were offering like 12 weeks of classes with one-to-one tutorships, real life dialogues, textbooks, like a little dictionaries with PDFs, I was like, I absolutely need to give it a try. And since then, I very much appreciate the documents. I
Mhm.
finished the 12 weeks programs, and as it's like a lifetime access, I'll still go there if ever I'm like not sure how to pronounce words, how to conjugate, how to make sentences, and I've been very much appreciative of it.
Nice, nice. I like Duolingo, by the way, but you're right, only for vocab boost, you know?
Exactly for
Vocab, it really
vocabulary boost.
helps, I think.
Exactly, and it's not also as if you need to do it like every single. It's not very structured, which can help
Mhm,
for people who are not really. They're just trying to like get their tools wet with like Turkish, some Turkish words, but Turkish really they actually like I'm not gonna say they hold your hands, but they kind of hold your hands, bringing you from day zero to like how to do sentences. If you want to
mhm,
talk about the past, present, the future, which is much more structured. Much
Definitely.
more
You're right.
structured.
And how about in terms of like improving your speaking? What helped you the most?
It was the real life dialogues on Turkish. That helped me a lot. Because it's not as if it's just me trying to read in my head or out loud. I could see two people like, and I usually I would open the PDF and just put the video on the side and read sentence to sentence what they were saying and forcing myself to repeat. That was very helpful.
Good.
And also I liked our one-to-one like dialogue sessions. It was twice a week. And whenever I was saying something, you would take the time to correct me. Even if it sounded like, oh no, like I remember asking you like, if I am saying something wrong, I need you to correct me. I don't want to just like keep botching words and like, oh no, that's how it's pronounced. And then going there and it's not at all how we're supposed to.
Definitely. Like also if you continue making that mistake, you're gonna think that it's correct, you know, and you'll use it forever basically if someone does not correct it. So I think getting a correction, getting a feedback is like really, really important when you're learning a new language.
And it makes a huge difference.
Very important.
The fact that Turkish language, I find it's very phonetic. If ever you don't pronounce it properly, sometimes you end up saying the wrong thing. And that was one of my fear. I was like, I don't want to mix two words and say completely the opposite of what I meant. Like, I would say grammar was also something I really wanted to work on, but pronunciation, I was like, I really want to say the right word. So I know I've been understood and I can get myself understanding.
You're right. Sometimes in Turkish, like even one letter
it makes a
change
difference.
the word completely.
Exactly.
So you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Right now, at the moment, are there any other like Instagram channels or like YouTube channels, anything that you're following to boost your Turkish?
Not really. At the moment, I'm mainly following Turkishle. I do go back and forth Instagram, YouTube, and the program in order to grasp how they speak, like how to speak Turkish, how to use maybe more, how to get more comfortable with the pronunciation, the, let's say, formal and informal way to speak Turkish. But as of now, I would say I'm mainly focused on Turkishle on Instagram, YouTube, and the platform for the members.
Okay, perfect. Tamam. How about one more question? Like, what if you were to give an advice to someone who is just beginning to learn Turkish? What would that be?
My best advice would be you're not going to learn it as fast as you think you will, especially if you don't speak a language that is similar to it. Let's say, for example, I learned it from English and the grammar is different. I cannot expect to speak Turkish from day one fluently. I need to give myself time. And practice will make a huge difference. You need to practice it. Like just writing it down, reading it helps. But if you don't take the time to sit and speak it, you're going to have a hard time like trying to grasp the language as much as you want. And also you will be amazed on how easy it is to, not easy, but they're not, especially if you go to Turkey and try to speak the language, don't think you'll be judged if ever you don't speak it as perfectly, because they will hype you up to learn the language. It's like I noticed it's a fear that I had too, because I was like, I don't want to go there and like, speak it a little funny and then like they correct me or they just like say like it's okay, just speak English. Like they don't have that mentality, and it's very relieving to know that you go there, even if you're trying, they'll help you. They're not like, they won't judge you based on that.
That's very nice. That's very nice.
It is.
I think that they're very helpful.
Exactly.
I think.
They're very helpful.
Tamam, çok teşekkür ederim. Başka bir soru sormayacağım. Before I set you free, by the way, I'm really proud of your progress. Really, really, really. Like today I was watching our videos together, like from the first lesson to the last one, and like how you like came to Turkey and how you were able to survive by yourself. I think, mission accomplished, basically. So I'm really, really proud of
It's
you.
true. It's very true. I don't think I would have been able to do it without learning the language. With the amount of stuff and mistakes I did, I was like, I would have never been able to just even go out and like ask those many questions outside. I don't think so. But yeah. Thanks to
And
you.
also you were not even only in touristy zone, like you went to
It's true.
Edirne, like took the bus to there, like football.
That's true. It's true. But it's really with your help. Thank you so much.
I thank you. Really. Thank you so much.
You were the teacher I really needed. Even though like at some point I was like, okay, I really need to like improve my Turkish skills because I really want you to be proud of me. I really appreciate your honest feedbacks.
I appreciate your efforts, really.
My pleasure.
Then thank you for joining the interview today.
My pleasure.
And I'll see you later. So much.
Of course.